Alright. YouTube should be receiving my contents. I am audible, am I not? I am audible. Alright, I am all set. Let's do this. What was I doing? I was talking to everybody. I think I progressed to do some kind of quest or something. I was supposed to... Right, I have to go talk to either her or Abelard, I forget. I don't think I've spoken to her yet. Is she not here? There she is. Let's speak to you. Your lordship bows her head politely. I'm already off to a good start. Alright. For a chancellor to a rogue trader, she is dressed rather simply. Parade doublé, polished boots, and a comfortable cloak. She bears a saber and a gilded scabbard, whether for show or protection. One could not say. Only her ring with the Warsirian coat of arms indicates that she is of the highest social stratum. Stratum? I don't know. Governors waiting on the periphery of the palace. Please let me know when you would like to see him. Different from most nobles. What was the odds? 70%. That was... I'm okay with missing that. It's upsetting, but whatever. It's different from most nobles, not just in the way she's dressed, but in her bearing too, although judging from the scars visible in her skin, at least some part of her education took place on a battlefield rather than within the secure confines of a Lyceum. Assuming that's how you say it. What do you do? Put it simply, I am your trade representative. Any and all decrees, deals, official communication, and meetings are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you, and from you down the hierarchy. My purview is also includes overseeing your lordship's property, palace, the estates, the many gardens, and other domains on Dargonus you have inherited from Lady Theodora, and whenever you are present on Dargonus, consider me your personal secretary. Speaking of Dargonus, all deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum, which allowed for the efficient management of the world and the neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum, converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dargonus is also the seat of several noble families who run all the major planets in the Protectorate. If I may express my not-so-humble opinion, they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think about their own profits just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. Lastly, Dargonus has its own fleet. Luxury unavailable to the vast majority of other worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, Protectorate also employs privateer ships which are used to transport cargo between worlds. Does the capital stay in contact with the other worlds? Unfortunately, not at this time, your lordship. After a few representatives of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica on Dargonus went into a frenzy, some of the Psychers were tragically pacified by the respective authorities. Since then, communication with the neighboring systems has been unreliable at best. Thanks be to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. Why do we have such untrustworthy nobles? Over the many centuries, an intricate hierarchy is formed within the ruling elite of Dargonus. Great houses do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree thanks to their administrative work and their hands. Naturally, you can get rid of anyone whom you consider surplus to requirements, but right now, it could threaten the fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Is there anything particular I should know? Apart from the disrupted communications, Dargonis was recently raided by enemies of humanity. However, the fleet, under the command of Captain Marthius Syrian, triumphed over the accursed Xenos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, I thought she'd say the same thing again. We have the situation completely under control. I got it this time. You catch her avoiding your gaze for just a moment. For the first time, it's obvious that Clementia is looking out for her house's good name, but despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe her own words. Huh. Tell me about the governor. Urban Drevstam is a well-respected man, and not just on Dargonis, but throughout the Protector. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administration and the logistics between the Von Valentia systems. The Drevstam's efforts secured years of order and prosperity for Dargonis. What's more, Lady Theodora personally insisted that Lord Urban specifically be made the next governor. Huh. 85%, that's pretty nice. And, by the way, Jay making that check makes me consider... I'm the one doing the awareness checks. My awareness is the best out of everyone's? That is something I need to be concerned about. I am not an observant man. Sounds like you don't like Driftston. No, I don't believe I feel either, your lordship. Contemptor is don't know I feel either. Clementia's steely eyes stare into the distance, her jaw clenching visibly, speaks in a polite but clipped manner, clearly flustered by her insight. We have different views on how to run a world, sometimes have discussions over the laws that are enacted, but we both work for the good of the Von Valentia's Protectorate. That much can be said without a doubt. I'm not sure I fully believe you, but, well, I believe that you are being very careful with your words. Thanks for the report. So the Von Valentia's Protector, your lordship? Sorry. How's Achilles? What do you think of him? Not at all, your lordship. Secretary Scalander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the Von Valentia's dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain. And he has proven himself quite capable, and I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his, shall we say, standing. Huh. Well, it's because he's part of the Inquisition. If I were to hazard a guess. Well, I think I'm done here, so let's go talk to him. The governor, I mean. Right? Yeah, the governor. She bows before leaving. I shall arrange for him to be escorted to your study. 2 hours passed. What does that mean? Does that just tell me? Or is that a mechanical thing? Whatever. Sigmund von Valentius, 20th in his line, rogue trader, keeper of the sacred warrants, and ruler of the current expanse from the Canrek system. Krenak. There. I don't know why I had to, download that word. From the Krenak system to the 100 Dreams Crossroads. I bid you welcome. Urban Driftstam, governor of this great world, first and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. Citizens of Dargonis and of the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. Sure, I don't care. I will immediately give all necessary instructions, your lordship. Casually presses a few buttons on the cogitator built to his cold bracer. Seems Sigmund, Lady Theodora was a strong leader. We ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and persevere in spite of this tragedy. Together, let us carry on where she no longer can by leading the Von Valentia's Protectorate to even greater prosperity. Driftstam gives you a look of admiration. Seems that he is quite aware of your fame and his opportunity to curry favor with an eminent figure. I need to check what my background was. I haven't looked at it since my character creation. It's one he does not want to miss. Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the astropaths of Dargonis flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We're gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak. And routes are tangled and no longer lead to the systems that the captain expects them to. Given that the vast majority of ships in the Dargonis Navy travel without relying on the services of navigators. About your engagement, the well-being of the Von Valancius dynasty and billions of its subjects is presently at risk. How do we feel about Conrad? Coonrad? Yodner pensively strokes his rings, glittering on his fingers. Lord Victor visited Capel some time ago. Did not request a personal meeting. Heretic, you say? Now I see where all the whispering in the corridors has come from. I shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manner of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none will dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering a rogue traitor. However, Krunite Voltivir was once a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such, some might heed his words. Gotta pick heretical. Uply rip out the vocal cords and tongues of every slanderer and replace them with vox implants that sing the praises of the rogue traitor Sigmund without interruption. Should think they'll serve as a reminder of who rules this world. Man, that's metal as hell. Shall immediately make all arrangements so that your order can be carried out properly. So what do you guys actually expect of me right now? All troubled by the fate of the ag-world Janus that supplied Dargonis and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rabble to revolt. Furthermore, House Gaprek is perturbed by the loss of communication with the industrial world Kiava Gamma, which is in their charge. If you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention the most is the penal world Fiabos 6. Yeah, 6. I can get Roman numerals right, I promise. One of the key mining suppliers in your protectorate. I've taken care of all of that. Nice. Don't you happen to have an extraction station over there? Your lordship, I beg of you, do not interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decisions in any way. See, without... I'm gonna just say Fiabos. The manufactoriums on your worlds will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. And in these troubling times, they run the risk of delays and other most tragic mishaps. Only concerns for the prosperity of the Von Valancius dynasty. I took over Kiava Gamma. They had evil robots. Such woeful tidings, your lordship. I assume that House Gaprak is in for an official investigation. I may remind you, they have particularly close ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus and serve as patrons of Kiava Gamma. Not to speak in the defense of criminals, your lordship, but from where I stand, the outbreak of heresy in Kiava could hardly have been perpetuated by a noble family who stands to lose the majority of their wealth should the industrial world fall. We'll find out in time. This reasonable, your lordship. What of the industrial world? Are we expect trade to recommence? They're still making big robots, but we don't know what they are. I don't fully understand. Well, I'll be sure to notify the Gaprex of Kiavagam's current situation. Thank you, your lordship. Also, I fixed Janus. Truly, the Vat line is one of the oldest in the Von Valancius Protectorate. If the inheritor of such a well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her, then the situation must have been extraordinary indeed. Uh, she succumbed to worshipping the ruinous powers, and I shot her. She pales in terror, clear from the unseemly grimace on his aristocratic countenance, and his fears not feigned. Ruinous powers? Truly horrifying news. I commend your resolve and unwavering severity. Death to the enemies of humanity. That's all I did. What do you want now? Xenos, your lordship? Don't really know where to begin. Rips the bridges nose wearily. Otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight in the Kronos expanse. Have been a menace to the worlds this side of the Maw for decades. But now, those abominations are on the rampage, show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point to become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astropathic choir of Dargonis. Luckily, we're forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are as yet unable to transmit messages. But Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos, according to his reports. I need a drink. I was not prepared for all this reading so quickly into stream. The region of Yabus 6 has been of particular concern in the last few cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the fault and Colony's fate as soon as possible. I went there. I have gone to... Okay, whatever. Now, to issues on a smaller scale, there's a certain degree of tension that the capital is due in the capital due to the unorthodox succession to the sacred warrants. Chances of uprisings are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Kill all of them, but not the families. Once your lordship's wrath descends upon the guilty, have no doubt there will be a soul under Dargonis willing to share their fate. And one last thing, your lordship. Your inauguration as bearer of the sacred warrant is but a matter of time, and I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. Imagine you're intending to uphold the centuries-old tradition, bolstered by an equally long-lasting friendship, being represented on Dargonis by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, the studio will be accorded to the House Driftsum. Which houses am I allowed to pick? Any of the noble houses located on Dargonis, Driftsum family, which I lead, the Gapric family, with long ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus, Sarbax known for their piety and vigilance and service. Perhaps I should also mention the Wasirians, who have some influence, but are not actually of noble origin. Any one of these houses would be honored to represent you at the ceremony. Well, ever since I've become the rogue trader, the Wasirians have done me the best so far. I mean, he's right here. He's done me very well. So he gets the honor. Turns to you and bows respectfully. Lord Captain, to accompany you at such a critical hour is the greatest honor to the Wasirian bloodline. Have no fear, we will not fail you. Passes Hoplite a look that lacks even the smallest shred of respect. Give my boldness, but I must remind you that the Wasirians, whose lineage traces back to a navy officer, are not of the Dargonis nobility. Such decisions may have adverse effects on your subjects' loyalty, your lordship. Shall immediately relay your commands, my most gracious rogue trader. Thank you for your time. Tell me about yourself. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. My house is the oldest and most respected on Dargonis. My ancestors walked side by side with yours and for many generations as they cared for this world's welfare. Duty is to supervise governing bodies within the system subservient to you, and we are responsible for their protectorate, logistics, and economic stability. As for me, personally, I'm a humble servant of the Emperor and a loyal subject of the Rogue Trader. To my great pleasure, I had the honor of calling myself my Lady Theodora's close friend. Well, good for you, but I don't know you, so you're not my friend yet. Urban's last words, Abelard lets out a sound that can be interpreted as either a snort or a cough. Urban gives him a look. Abelard meets with an expression of utter nonchalance. Okay. I see what you're saying, Abelard. So when's the ceremony? When do I get to actually be the head honcho? Afraid that until you deal with the pressing issues, ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable, and the central worlds of the Von Flancius Protectorate are going through a crisis. The warp disturbances, if the Void observers are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Sure, I'll go take care of that then. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Since your duty calls, I shall take my leave. May the Emperor's grace be with you. Cool, what's this? Okay, what's this? Give me that. I'm going to be taking all of the stuff in here once we get the whole party back together. Pascal can solve
how intriguing.
all my tech use checks. Did I level? That's not super useful. So where am I? I am in this room, I see. Which means this door leads outward. Yes. This is not where I expect it to be. Okay, I've collected myself. So, am I expected to leave now? I think I should go. Yeah, have that. Promethium. I don't know why I should keep these, honestly. Yeah, you can have that. I spend that to get... I'm gonna hold off on that for now. I don't fully know what these do. Huh. Well, let's make our leave. What's over here? Butcher Bridge. Let's go over here. I've spoken to everyone. When does Flancius? Huh. Should also talk to all my party members to see if they have any new dialogue. Triple news from Dargonis, our captain. Subsidiary hive city, Sisipone, Scipione, 84249 has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production assaulted, and millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transport lines leading to neighboring hives. Surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What's your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? That's why I want them inside, see. What's the cause of the catastrophe? Still unclear. Noble houses are casting blame on one another. Agents of the esteemed Achilles Glander stationed in Sisipone 84249 died heroically. While trying to save the population from this disaster, the final reports mention some vulnerabilities in the industrial sectors of the lower hive, but did not go into further detail. All your servants are currently too busy dealing with the consequences of the crisis to investigate its causes. And what do my homies say? The death of Achilles' agents trouble me. It may not be coincidence until the causes of the disaster can be concretely established. I would avoid letting refugees into other hives, maybe saboteurs among them. Recommend setting up prohibitive cordons where the refugees can be contained in wastelands between the hives. For business to face the often cruel strokes of fate with dignity. If the other hives do not wish to accept the unfortunate victims of this tragedy, then let the victims themselves teach those living in the hives a lesson in resilience and humility. I'm sure the Echelari, I hope that's how you say it, will aid the refugees in constructing camps to survive out in the wastelands and establish a community of proud, desert-dwelling martyrs. Such harsh conditions will be a crucible of fortitude and fearlessness. This tragedy is a feat of spirit. Noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this. How predictable. And yet, it is their duty to see to it that the planet meets its tithe obligation and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. The aristocrats seize the refugees and not stop until every last one of them has been put to work. I'm with Abelard here, right? I don't know what any of that is. Plus 2 momentum for each enemy killed. Okay. What does efficiency do? Nice. Enemy crit damage. Oh, those are pretty nice. I'm still gonna go Abelard, though. Heinrich's is probably the best one, though, if I think about it. Circumstantially, obviously. Lady Clementia will ensure that your declarations find their way into every ear and are zealously embraced. Hives that... 2 hours, wow. Hives that have accepted the refugees are now overflowing with surplus labor. Refugees are willing to work twice as hard as the usual workers, who are already exhausted by their everyday toils. Many refugees have entered the rogue trader service and replenished his ship's crew. Dargonis' nobles took no pleasure in distributing the refugees. Some of them have found their way into the personal service of the nobles, thankful to receive a Nutribar and a mat to rest on for 4 hours between shifts. Others could only attain the most grueling jobs at the manufactoriums and service stations. They may be oppressed, but they have survived. Diaspora scattered across the hives of Dargonis. Cool. This one just seems like the best one, right? Why wouldn't I grab this one? Who knows? How do I do these? Who knows? Weird. I'll figure that out one day. For now, we have to check out these planets, because they never did. What are you? You're a gas giant. Lovely. What are you? You seem like a burning world. Might be a lava world, though. Yep. You have to be really fast at reading. I don't know what phlogiston is, but I would like it. Okay, what'd you say? That sword looked before it was enveloped by this fiery shroud. Was it your ancestors on attack who disgorged its core in some ill-considered act? Probably. Let's talk to people in our party. I haven't done that in a while. Maybe there's some new dialogue. I know Heinrichs, at the very least, has something to say. So we'll save him for last. Let's see. Abelard Kingsbury.
Lord Captain. A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
I'm so glad these are voiced. Outline the situation of the Coronis Expanse for me.
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse. And in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
Nice. I probably should have had this conversation a while ago. Who are the... I'm assuming there's only like 3 major, I guess, parties in the Expanse that I've noticed.
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
There's only 3 rogue traders I'm aware of, and you listed 2 of them as the most powerful. How dare you?
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy,
I was not even
followers of
close.
St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
And about Kunrad, who we haven't met since the tutorial, by the way.
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight.
Voigtveer, okay.
We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the von Valacius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
Okay, so you had no new dialogue.
As you wish, Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
I think Argenta and I think Cass also hang out right down here. Yeah, Argenta and Cass. Argenta, you're next.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that he would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad. But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors.
Fantastic. This sounds like quest dialogue. You remember Salus Prime and the Relic?
Of course. My mission is all I can think about.
Remind me?
To find the way to the planet called Salus Prime. Saint Argenta is my patroness, and that is where her fallen ship is. And it must also be the resting place of her great relic, the One Star.
What is a one star?
If I only knew. Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner. Others think that upon falling from the sky, the One Star became a holy chainsword.
Hell yeah.
Which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the One Star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled. I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith.
I mean, it sounds like you told me a lot about Argenta already. The Saint Argenta, I should say. But elaborate more.
Gladly. Listen. Long ago, there was a blessed world. Thousands of stars covered the sky there, so bright that its denizens hardly knew the darkness of night. Thousands of rivers nurtured the soil. Thousands of gardens bloomed every spring, and at every moment, thousands of prayers were flying into the clear air, thanking and praising the Emperor. But one day, the people learned the meaning of darkness. Like a storm, accursed heretics who had sold themselves to the archenemy descended upon the planet. Shells flew from the sky that desolated whole cities, and burned the gardens, and filled the riverbeds with the blood of the faithful. Smoke and soot swallowed the skies and the 1,000 stars that had once shone over the world. Among the handful of survivors was one orphan who had watched all her family die, and the garden she'd grown up in burn to ash. But in her heart, she knew the absolute truth. Just these 3 words: the Emperor protects. And knowing that, she never looked away from the black, terrifying, smoke-covered sky. There were no more bright stars to be seen, except for one. The one star. The bright star. The silver star shone in the sky. And when the orphan smiled at it, the one star fell right into her hands. All the faithful in every corner of the continent who saw the trail of the falling star recognized it as an omen and went looking for the place where it landed. And they rallied together. And with the light of the one star, they found their salvation.
I'm sure that was Saint Argenta, but just to be clear.
Yes,
Figured.
that was the beginning of her hagiography. It is known that she lived on a world where heretics staged a terrible insurrection. They wiped out all life on the planet, except those whom Saint Argenta managed to save with the one star, and with the strength of her faith. After that, she traveled between worlds gripped by turmoil on her ship, marked with a silver star, and brought hope to the faithful. Numerous accounts confirm this. Her coming helped people turn the tide of the war and wipe away corruption before the Imperium's main forces even arrived. Millions of people owed their lives to her, but the heretics, having realized their imminent defeat, sent the remnants of their forces after the ship with the Silver Star. It fell from the skies onto an obscure world. There are no definitive records of how old Argenta was at the time. In some chronicles, she's even called the Child Saint, but their credibility is questionable. Either way, she didn't live long, but she left a bright trail in her wake, like a falling star.
Ooh.
One day we will reach Salus Prime and stand before the gates of Saint Argenta's ship. I know it. I believe.
Well, that didn't help me with quest progression, but that was nice to hear. I haven't clicked this one, and it seems like it might help.
If such is the rogue trader's wish, although there isn't much I can tell, I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to know?
Where are you from?
Now that I can tell you. I come from everywhere and nowhere.
That's not an answer.
I am the child of officers of the Imperial Guard. I was born in the hold of a warship, grew up following my parents' deployments from one planet to another, and lost my family in the flames of a righteous war.
No, so it kind of was an answer.
My memory is like wafts of smoke over a still battlefield. The gray of a ship's plating. The strict cadence of life in military camps. My mother's uniform. I loved looking at it. Then, that battle. The rumbling, the shouting, and the soot. The screams of soldiers burning alive. And the gold of the regiment's Aquila. Untouched by soot or blood. The last unsullied piece of a world that was going mad. That was my last memory of my mother, and of my former life, before the Schola Progenium and the novitiate, before my trials, before the vows.
Huh. This is new, the golden shard she carries?
My own relic. It's the regiment's Aquila, Or rather, the fragment that survived the attack. The explosions.
That,
and
like,
the fire.
necklace thing she's got?
For me, it's a reminder that purity and radiance can be preserved, even in the heart of darkness.
Cool. That's all I need to know. I just wanted to see if you had further, like, quest progression for me.
It is my pleasure to be candid.
Okay. I have to be very careful not to click the leave my party option. Alright, Cass, you got anything?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
You don't have anything?
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
No problem. Next is Idra, because why not? She's the closest one that isn't Heinrich's. How do you feel about that false Theodora?
I'm not going to lie. I haven't. Maybe I never will. But I'm not hearing random voices anymore. And I haven't been calling anyone from the other side. No. All that's done with. After what you did for me, I can't let you down again.
Nice.
Yes, sir, Lord Captain. We will.
Could have sworn I clicked this one before.
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
Huh. Well, that's all I need from you.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Fantastic. Next one is Jay. I don't think we've talked to you at all.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen?
That will almost definitely help. What's this Shireen thing? I kind of half thought it was just some cultural thing I'm not familiar with, but if I can point it out in universe, then maybe it's not.
The language on Ifrit, my home world, is quite different from the one spoken in the Keronis Expanse. We bestow more than one meaning upon each word, allowing our wise men to fully express their sagacious thoughts, and us lowly dabblers, our base passions and desires.
I mean, in English, different words can have different meanings. How's that different?
Take Aji, for example. That is what I call every piece of scum and villain, because Aji means evil and foe and pathetic worm unworthy of consideration. Or take Ashmag. It means fool and little brother and blind man who stumbled and would fall into a pit without guidance. Shireen means friend and comrade and roommate in a battle formation, like we are.
I figured, but okay, good to know. Did you know Theodore?
It is difficult not to be aware of the powers that be, especially ones like Lord Captain Theodora. But we never met personally, as the difference between our positions was far too great. Theodora was a mighty ruler, the center of her own universe, and I, a pathetic speck, was nothing next to her. But you were kind to me, Shireen, and in my eyes, that puts you above your esteemed aunt, or whoever she was to you.
I don't remember what I was to her. I was some bloodline relative. I don't know. Tell me about the bad guys in the Keronis Expanse.
The dark side is the real Keronis Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Shireen?
Cass Balika.
An ancient crime cartel that originated with the first settlers of the Calixis sector. It is run by shadowy clans with robber barons at the helm. Cross their path, and you risk making enemies all over the Keronis Expanse, or even the entire Imperium. As for the agents, they are just shameless, greedy scum. Every third person on footfall is a Kasbalikan. But that doesn't mean all that rotten filth is acting together. I've been set up more than once just so some Kasbalikan can get one over on his rivals. And yet, the Kasbalika is generous to its customers, if you can afford it. Anything can be obtained, organized, and transported for the right price. The customer is always right, unless they happen to be a rat. In which case... Forgive me, Sherina. I'm not too fond of the ones I am forced to share the market with. Especially since they are nowhere near as good as me.
Cool. Cold trade.
It really is simple, Shireen. The Kasbalika runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures.
I wonder what that could mean.
Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Kasbalikan agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Coronis Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman.
Yes, that makes sense. That's all I really care to know.
Why not? The decision is yours, Shireen.
Tell me about the merchant certificate.
Oh, Shireen! Thank you for such generosity. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel towards Dargonus. The Mercatum Tabula Officiale. It sounds almost as majestic as the warrant of trade.
Might have to go back there immediately after leaving. Before then, though, you don't look like a typical smuggler. Yeah, she looks kind of like a fantasy pirate, you know?
No truer words have ever been said. I'm far more exciting than some small-time peddlers from Footfall. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Jai Amira Fatqin Tamiri Ash Ifrit, the 12th daughter of the Lord of Ifrit, a distant world at the fringes of the Imperium.
You're a minor noble.
The
Probably.
youngest child is destined to become a bargaining chip in the family's political games. But I was unwilling to accept such a fate, and wanted to choose what to become and which path to follow. When I learned the Exalted One watches over hundreds of other worlds amidst distant stars, I understood there was an entire world of opportunities beyond Ifrit. All I had to do was break the familial bonds tying me down and escape the planet. Which I did a long time ago.
Judging by her implants? Oh yeah, she's got a whole metal arm. That makes sense. What's the deal with that?
Consider it a mark of my trade. This year, Xenos. Dumb-headed orcs. Who knew that we weren't the only ones to get tempted by the wreck of that raider? As for this treasure, I received it as a reward for a life that had been just a little too good. I was in a hurry to get to the Adeptus Amasacus after the Exalted One blessed me with immense wealth. I was 2 backstreets away from the den when a pathetic ashmag attacked me, envious of somebody else's fortune.
Huh. I can't really see the neck implants, though maybe I'm just mistaking it for part of, like, your shirts. I don't know.
I learned my lesson and started taking the longer way around. Except I haven't had any big windfalls since.
Fair enough. How'd you get out of there?
I convinced my father I personally wished to oversee the inspection of imported goods. I had to get experience so I wouldn't bring shame on our family, didn't I? I made friends with traders, missionaries, and soldiers at the port. I listened to their stories, studied the charts, learned what documents I had to forge to escape the planet. A kind word here, a shiny coin there. And here I am, in the iron belly of a ship, braving the void in search of a new life.
Huh. And why Coronis?
The Coronis Expanse. A gorgeous name, isn't it? But this backwater wasn't my original destination when I escaped, Sherin. Oh no, it was the rumors of incredible freedom that brought me to the Coronis Expanse. Freedom that is generously bestowed upon everyone who can survive in these parts. All doors are open here. You can become a saint, a mogul, a kingmaker, or anyone you like, really. Here, Hard work pays off, unless you're used to lying by the roadside and complaining instead of toiling for the good of your soul, glory, wallet, or whatever floats your boat. I'm used to working hard, and so I found my blessing.
Fantastic.
All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too.
That's all I need from you, I think, unless I want to talk about Argenta. Why not?
Argenta? What could be more beautiful than the sight of a sister of battle, whose mere presence casts light in the dark corners of lost souls such as mine? But alas, what remains of my sanity is telling me that poor Jai can only admire the radiance of this angel, forsaking any hope of ever touching her wings.
Huh, okay, interesting. I'll see you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
The next person, Pascal. Probably don't have anything new. Well, you may have something about Kiava, actually.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
How do you feel about that thing that happened where they tried to arrest you?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in exploratory circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
You find anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
Are we talking about Opticon or Darth Vader? I think we're talking about Opticon, right? I'm just gonna say this anyway.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmetics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
So, who do you think was behind the assassination?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers. I am concerned about the fate of Archmagos Amanat. According to Opticon 22, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arc Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
Huh. I'm gonna click this.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms. The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable, and only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discretely separate from untruth.
Huh. What did Marnat believe?
Ammonites did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of Discontinuing.
Cool. Faith is more than a set of rules. It consists of ideals and then everything else in the sentence.
The Omnissiah has bestowed upon us the supreme mission, the quest for knowledge. The fact of its existence confirms that reason is yet to comprehend and quantify the universe in its entirety. This precludes the existence of any prohibition that could be considered universally relevant. All limitations need their exceptions, yet exceptions belie the inviolability of prohibitions.
Okay. Perhaps he'll be able to find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Have you studied Demence's? I don't know how to say his name, but his neural thing?
I have destroyed it.
Oh. What'd you actually do to it?
This statement is true. I am yet to settle into a definitive course of action. I am running a spot diagnostic on the memory of the heretic Demence. Even though purity protocols stipulate that his blasphemous knowledge must be eradicated, I am not drawn toward forbidden information, but only to data concerning the blessed Ammonites.
You find anything out?
The success has been partial. Demence Haneman's identity has been confirmed. The widespread influence of paranoid motivations is observable in his cognitive processes, which is what seems to have caused him to break his vows. However, extensive regions of his memory have been damaged by forbidden technologies and are, for now, defying decryption.
Okay.
My study of the minds of the tech comrades, Abel, Tarsus, and Demence, has revealed an anomalous similarity between the patterns of damage their memories sustained. What I attributed to cognitive idiosyncrasies, synaptic damage, and the distortive action of scrap code may be the result of a different kind of influence. The undecryptable data fragments in their memory arrays are mysteriously symmetrical.
What did corrupt him?
An echo of the warp. Energies of the immaterium that had seeped into real space and taken the shape of a Vox signal. I have found recorded cases of similarly induced corruption in the archive. Listening to the void is a perilous occupation.
But you did want to know.
The quest for knowledge is our mission of highest priority. But what Demence promised was not knowledge, but a distorted copy of it. This was not what the Deus Mechanicus had told us to seek.
Okay. What if this is all an elaborate scheme?
That is a valid hypothesis, but not a very likely one. Its truth value is irrelevant, as it does not contradict the necessity of establishing the fate of Archmagus Amanat.
Okay, so it could be a wider plot, but it does not matter. Okay. What about Amaranth?
The data discovered is unreadable. It is encrypted, albeit only partially, and I hypothesize that the heretic Demence was attempting to decrypt it. I will take every effort to extract a larger volume of data. Information pointing to the unit referred to as the Maimed Hunter is alleged to be of critical significance.
And there's only one last thing. You fear knowledge even as you extol it.
Whether knowledge can be profane is the grand question. Lay people find comfort in the delusion that knowledge is merely information. That, in and of itself, it is harmless, and only turns dangerous when it falls into the hands of the wicked.
I mean, sure, yeah, kind of.
But that is not what I have seen. I have seen knowledge gnaw away at the minds of those who let it inside them. Yet I seek it regardless. Why? Perhaps because there really is no apostasy in knowledge. It is dangerous, yes, but not forbidden. For it was created by the Omnissiah.
I believe any and all knowledge can be tamed.
This is true. We explorators are the sappers who walk the uncharted terrain of knowledge, transforming it into habitable space until we reach a point beyond which we must not proceed. Our remains will be assigned to those that follow in our footsteps. Go no further. Their duty now is to develop in the space we have claimed while looking for ways to make further breakthroughs. Failure must never stop us, for failure is an acceptable outcome.
Okay. Continue.
Response: affirmative. The decryption will continue with diligence and caution.
This sounds like a quest dialogue. Strange messages have been appearing in the ship's log. What do you know about this?
This statement is true. Algorithmic violations have been recorded, as a result of which I twice performed an offering to the cogitators of corrected data vows and ruled out the possibility of sabotage. I hypothesize that the violation is a consequence of the discontent of the ship's machine spirits. I recommend a procedure of placation of the honored spirits for the glory of the Omnissiah and the steel angels sent by him.
Okay. Well, that's all I need from you.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
And second to last, but not least, Yurlay. Maybe I'll get to know how your name is actually pronounced here. It's out in our surroundings like a Janelsian jungle tree. Pictured temporary, instilling beauty and luring otherness. Her posture, gestures radiate from Eldari. That is a whole lot of words. Been mulling over our conversation and understand why you do not like people. There's something else, something I cannot understand. I don't know what I'm referring to, but I'm gonna click it anyway.
What do I see?
What? What? Oh no.
Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer?
I didn't mean to start a romance.
You and I, Elantak, look at this world in very different ways. And I see many more facets, and deeper meanings, and brighter colors in it. But to capture the full truth of this world in the miserly language familiar to your ears will take time. I will come to you with an answer later.
I guess I can see how this would lead to a romance, but okay. Weird. This sounds a bit accusatory, and I don't believe it's true, but I should ask it anyway. Strange and blasphemous things started happening during the first warp voyage with you on board. The crew thinks it's you, but I'm gonna hear your side.
The minions of She Who Thirsts could sense my soul behind the thick walls and thin veil that separate your fragile lives from the roiling fury outside. A child of Asurian that dared to wander beyond the veil, within the reach of an outstretched claw, protected only by the barrier of unreliable monkey technology. It is too tempting a quarry for the monsters that serve Cylon Thresh.
So it is you, huh? I didn't expect that.
Our ships never venture beyond the veil, and I never traveled the way you do, monkey. Elantak, I admit this was a novel experience. I lost composure, let dismay into my heart, and almost strayed from the path. This moment of hesitation drew the attention of She Who Thirsts, but I summoned my will and used the knowledge of meditation to achieve balance, and hide my soul behind an impenetrable wall of resolve. Future journeys beyond the veil will still be difficult, but I will steel my heart and not let the hounds of Cylon Thresh pick up my scent ever again.
Yeah, if I'm romancing you, apparently you can't be calling me a slur anymore, by the way. Let's see. Why did you agree to join me? You probably told me, but I forgot.
The outcasts my path led me to had a saying. Let me translate it for you. If you fall off a cliff, grab the roots and do not ask if they belong to a weed or a noble rosebush. You are the root I grabbed, Elantak, because I fell off a cliff. My homeworld is gone. My kin are either dead or hiding no one knows where. By joining forces with you, I may be able to nurture a seedling of the truth I so deeply yearn for.
Okay, I get it. Follows a buzz with rumors about Xenos ravaging the sector. Do you think it could be your kin from Kudarak? Might as well ask.
Is that snake venom seeping from your lips?
I didn't mean to offend.
We, the children of Azurian, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders, or butchers, or least of all, fools. When a craft world is beset by calamity, its inhabitants do not start a war with every monkey in the sector. If you are looking for enemies, look for them elsewhere.
It was just a question. What happened to your homeworld?
It is a mystery as inscrutable as the sigh of the last immortal, as deep as the waters of a dark ocean. And I can tell you little, for I was far away, on a mission with my unit. We returned at the appointed hour, but we did not find Kruderak in its celestial harbor. It happened many journeys ago, or standard years, as you say. But I remember that moment as if it happened this very day. The memory of a loss is always stronger than the memory of a gain, Especially when you lose something as significant as a home, or an entire world.
Huh.
We searched, we called out, we looked everywhere, but we saw only emptiness and the echo of calamity. Countless days passed before I found myself on the Lilithon and met some of my kin. Those refugees who had barely managed to reach our ancestral planet. Their stories were far from being the fruit of truth I so badly craved. Those who agreed to talk to me were few, for most saw me as a wayward daughter who had spurned the honorable paths. And they would not stop babbling about the terrible disease that spread black tendrils of pain over the paths of the Infinity Circuit and deadened our world one segment after another. The ones who survived fled in fear and wandered between the stars, until the Lilithon's warm light reached out to some of them.
I know that Drakari can steal whole suns. Surely a planet is not difficult.
Some, like Muaran, lay the blame entirely on Monkey. However, I do not know the truth, but I hope, I desperately hope and pray to the gods that someday it will be revealed to me.
I read it here, but explain to me in your words what an Infinity Circuit is?
Is idle curiosity a defining feature of the Monkey?
Kind of.
Or are you trying to learn about the weaknesses of my people so you can destroy another world of the children of Asurion?
Oh, surely not.
Forgive me, Elentark, but I am not ready to immerse you in the font of my people's deepest mysteries.
Is a spirit stone a deep mystery?
You are talking about something you cannot comprehend, Elentark. Waystones are not mere trinkets worn by my people. They are something greater. From birth into the last breath, the Spirit Stone belongs only to its owner, serving as an ever-present reminder that we are mortal. For it is the first refuge of the mind and the last refuge of the soul, which Thrash is so eager to devour. The souls of the children of Asurion move into the stones after death, and then they become a part of the Infinity Circuit on a craft world, so they can serve their people even when the body is gone. There is no crime more despicable than harming a Waystone and dooming the immortal soul of a child of Asurion to an eternity of torment in the maw of she who thirsts. We need Waystones as desperately as darkness needs starlight, and Monkey need air. And so we are bound to wander the galaxy in search of the old worlds that might give another craft world hope for existence. Each Monkey's heart is one of your lives. Each Waystone is the preserved soul of a child of Asurion.
Huh. Do you have a stone on you? None particularly stick out? That's all I wanted to know, I think.
As you wish, Elentark.
This may be a quest dialogue. What do you think is happening on Janus right now?
The Lilithon is purifying herself of the corruption brought by the servants of Thrash. Gardens and birds, animals and people. Many are gone forever, and even more are corrupted beyond healing. But the Lilithon is stronger. This world will live. Under the watchful eye of my kin, the Lilithon could have regained her freedom, perhaps even awoken from her centuries of slumber. Could have. But now we will never know.
I mean, they were attacking me. That's all I want. Now, Heinrichs. Because the game explicitly tells me he's got something to say.
To what do I owe this visit?
Uh... I have to talk to you about Kiava, right?
More than. The data we retrieved is already in the hands of the Inquisition, in the custody of those who can extract the secrets of the future from the claws of chaos. The sacrifices made to the Cogitator will not have been for nothing. We dealt a blow not only to the cultists, but to the archenemy itself. I cannot help but be pleased.
Nice.
However, there is something I must tell you. Back there, at the Cogitator, my decision to let it complete its operation allowed me to... I can't even find words, to perceive something of what is to come. You deserve to know this. The cult is threatening the worlds within your protectorate, after all. I could choose to think of it as an echo of the past, or a specter of the future, but that's not it. Warp sorcery joins stretches of time together, violating the accepted sequence and flow of events. I heard a resonance of the person behind the cult. I faced demons more than once before, but this? I couldn't have imagined such a concentration of evil and corruption. I am convinced that one of the greater demons is behind the cult of the Final Dawn. Beware the day when that demon finds a way to appear in this world.
Probably that one dude that showed up at the end of Kiava, right? 5%? That's not gonna happen. I can't do that. What are you gonna do next?
My visit to Kiava Gamma did not produce answers to all my questions, but we did succeed in dealing a blow to the cult by destroying the Fabricator Sensor's machine. I have directed my spies to track the sect's surviving leaders. I am certain that they will have useful information for us soon. Though small, this is a victory for the Golden Throne, and I have you to thank for it.
You're welcome. I think that's all.
Thank you for finding the time for our conversation.
That's probably it. Right. Right, we have to go back to... what's his face now? Now that I think about it, did I ever raise the difficulty after... difficulty? Okay, we're still on daring. That's all I want. We want to go... where's the exit button? It's here. Go back to Dargonis, I believe. Talk to Master of Seals or something. Why is that bit red? That is very bizarre. Has that always been there? Guess it's not supposed to be there. Or I'm not supposed to see it, or it doesn't mean anything, who knows. Take me to Administratum. With Jay in tow. Gonna have to level her a few times, that'll be fun. 6 whole levels. Let's see. It gains 10 plus 2, so... oh, I see, right, PEMDAS. So 2 times whatever the resolve is, plus 10. Okay, that makes sense. And plus 5 to all character. That is cool. Like, even ignoring the momentum, +5 to all your stats until the end of combat? And I assume I can do that every turn. That sounds pretty nice. That's decent. What's unfinished business? Okay. That's interesting, I suppose. Take fervor, though. No, it was assign objective. Right. Now you... That's good. We've got that on cast, I believe. That would pair well with the... let's finish the job, I believe. I don't know. I mean, that's... might be better later in the game when... I don't know. I need to look at the awareness. I've got 45 awareness, and no one has anything better than that? Huh, weird. You've got 95 awareness. Why does that always use me as a skill check? Whatever. You want assign objective, I don't know. Do you even have field medic? It'd be nice if you had field medic. Do you have field medic? You don't. Well, we can change that. We're gonna give you 6 levels. Assign objective. What is your base Medicaid stats? Where is that? It's 80. That is pretty decent. Why do you have +20? I see. Back to you. Let's find field medic, or if that doesn't work, this one. I believe this is alphabetical. It looks like it is. I guess field medic would be a common talent, which is fine. This is arguably better, I think. It needs base skill Medicaid, right? Or... I need... yeah, just base skill Medicaid. What's the difference between these two? Medicaid advancement allows medikits. Field medic gives +3 wounds, or plus toughness. The warrior gains it based on... I think base skill Medicaid is the best one. So, side objective. Scroll down. Base skill Medicaid. And then... what's your persuasion? It's already pretty high. Let's do that. We'll do willpower, because that scales left some navigator stuff, I believe. And common talent can be... we can grab that if I don't like anything else. Yeah, sure. And then this, we'll just grab against all odds, probably. Well, there was, what was it? Cost effective? Yes, because that makes the action economy a little nicer to me. There we go. Now you have 110 Medicaid and you do so much healing. Which means you need to have these. Get rid of that. Have another medkit. You don't need 2 of these. Have a super medkit. There we go. Groovy. Quick save. Who are we going to now? It seems unexplored, which is weird. Oh, hello, robot. I can't speak ones and zeros. Please follow me. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
Sure. Hello. Oh, yeah, this is why I'm here. I see. Give me this. I don't know what it is, but it helps me somehow. I'm going to take this as well. And that. Yoink. All this is mine now. Now you, I am here to talk to you. Ancient-looking woman in a voluminous robe peers at you critically through her ocular lenses when you descend into the bowels of her bureaucratic domain. The noble bypassing the queue ordered under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you highborn ever want is just to ask. What about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? I get it, but I'm the head honcho. Who are you? You look awesome. Anyway. So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue. Shireen, your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Very well, don't just stand there. You're here now? Or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? Well, beckons over a servo school floating nearby. Begin entry. Current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennium. Metal manipulators begin immediately begin fervishly clacking, taking dictation. You know who I am? Sigmund von Valentius, sole heir of the traitor Theodore von Valentius. May the Throne's radiance guide our path on the side. Practice move. Master Seals twists her magnifying ocular lens and examines the ledger in front of her. Sole person to publicly assert their claim. To be precise. Abelard Rosarian directs your gaze over to your shoulder. Seneschal in right hand to the now departed Theodore von Valentius, and now her extant heir. Colorless eyes of Master Seal suddenly fixate on Cassia. Man, you're gonna do this for everyone in the party, aren't you? Lady Navigator of House Orcelia, whose name and deeds are unknown to me. It says here that von Valentius dynasty has owed your house 1 gold throne for 30 Terran years. Here, take this, and I, at last, will mark the matter closed. House Orcelia thanks you for your service. And smacks your lips in satisfaction and nods greatly. Of course, I know who is standing before me. It's my job to know. She shifts, deliberately putting her jeweled augmentic on display. Does that mean my reputation has preceded me well, esteemed Damar? No reports of you. You have a portrait. I am the law, and I oversee order in this section of the Coronis Expanse, as well as on worlds of the Von Valentius Protectorate, in accordance with the ancient covenants made with your ancestors. Hold the power to grant petitioners what they seek, to punish criminals for failing to carry out the Imperium's will. Ancient enough herself, look at her, she's a bona fide living mummy. I am here for a Mercatum Tabula Official. I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I mean, probably. Master Seals peels over her ocular lens at Jay in disbelief, then looks at you. Take it you are her sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template 40401. As well as written permission for the processing and notarization of personal data of your most sacred patronage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Haydari, the form for collecting the seals Mistress Haydari, the form for collecting seals required to obtain the MTO certificate of an official trade representative. These words. The saccharine smile drops from Jason. Seals? What seals? We'll discuss that when Sigmund has prepared the primary documentation. Saw the stoic sigh on Larissa's eyes. It's not your first personal... his first personal interaction with the administrative bureaucracy, nor is it his second. Do I have to? Fear the wrath of the Immortal One, your lordship. What would become of your protectorate, even the Imperium itself, if every person did what you are proposing? No, Lexis Imperialis, Volume 249, Paragraph 18 Amendments of the 12th year of the previous millennium clearly states, actions that circumvent the law of the Imperium in pursuit of the personal gain are a manifestation of human weakness, which is subjected to eradication. So if I don't do this, then I'm afraid Mistress Haydari will never receive her much-desired certificate, and I'll be obliged to levy a fine against her noble name for wasting valuable time with the Master of Seals. Shireen, I know as he have thwarted our plans, and that unforeseen circumstances have arisen, like, never mind. So the esteemed Damar wants us to fill a couple forms. I will do that with great pleasure. Is there a difference between me and her doing it? Yeah, go for it if you want to do it. 3 hours. Master Seals looks over Jay's form, which has been rewritten 4 times already. Last, he succeeded in completing the form without any errors. Next protocol requires consent for the processing and notarization of the personal data of his lordship. That's been rewritten 4 times, huh? I'm gonna sigh forlornly. Master Seals animatedly draws her cognitive quill across the surface desolate, paying no attention to you. Okay, I don't know what that did. Yeah, sure. 1 whole hour to sign my name? Scrolls whipped away onto another tube by the Master of Seals. Protocol executed. Application received. Processed. Approved. School scribe taps out each word after the mistress's pronouncements. Come on, esteemed Damar. What's that you were saying about seals? Old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jay. Here's your document, Mr. Haydari. Unfortunately, it does not have legal force. It can certify it as a sacred MTO once it has received 2 seals of approval. They are easy to obtain, and the Imperial Court administrative servitors have been handling such tasks for over 50 years. There's one such servitor here in Dargonis in the Rogue Trader's Palace. Second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecos Epsilon system. And now we have an uncertified document. Why can we not do it here? According to the Amendment 3C8, implemented by the Perfectus Estenia II of Dargonis, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of the ruler of the Lonzolentius Protectorate, remaining a symbol of the unbreakable link between the Sacred Warrant and the Adeptus Administratum. The second seal, Aquilance perched on her nose, click as she rifles through moldering scrolls with her wrinkled fingers. It's held in the Telecos Epsilon system in accordance with the decree OL8008ZN. Fortunately, after a fire 200 years ago, all that remains of the original decree is an addendum certified by an unknown adept with the initials AA. No instructions repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terra, therefore the seal remains where it ought to be. And why do I have to do this myself? Decree 424, Clause 79, Amendment 8 of the law and certifying a MTO with sponsorship of a bearer of the warrant of trade. Sponsoring Rogue Trader must be present at the placing and certifying of each seal. If this requirement is not met, the document will be deemed invalid. Okay. Please return once you have prepared the documents. Sure thing.
What lies beyond?
Shouldn't be hard. Probably. The game will tell me where those are. Because I have no idea. Okay, where are we going? In there. I don't have my full party. Can I ever bring my full party? I left those so that I could... whatever. What's my tech use? Not very good. I could probably steal one of Pascal's things that gives them more tech use if I need. But I'm patient, it's fine. Where are we going? Clemencia. Okay. That's where J is, so surely. All the way over here. Take your time, me. We only have all day. Oh, automatic. Mr. Sidari, my patience is not easily exhausted, and you are coming very close. Shall I repeat myself again? No, I will not. Okay. See now the family resemblance by now. You cannot see further than your nose. My terrible Clemency, it wasn't a bribe, it was a gift. Let the Rogue Trader decide. Your Lordship, I apologize for this ugly scene. Can I read? No, I can't. But I might ask you to rein in Mr. Sadari and put a stop to her inflammatory actions toward me. As the Exalted One is my witness, Serene, I've tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals of the MTO. I even showed this aide with a temper worse than I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm certificate with your signature. But your Chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. This isn't about me at all. Here's Clemencia's face until the latter finally lets away. Let's see. Well, Chancellor, will you tell us about yourself, or should I help? Will you tell us yourself? Will you tell us yourself, or should I help you? What's the matter? Afraid that my words may anger your lordship. There's a head, and the shame is offering up to be removed from her shoulders. So you're looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Lady Theodora von Valentius ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but as you will know, we are a long way away from Holy Terra. With warp storms ravaging the Crimson Expanse, we've been unable to receive a replacement to this day. I presume punishment has already been decided. Rest assured, Theodora ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly. Servitor in perpetuus, your lordship, now performs his duties in the Imperium without reservation or error. However, one of the world under Caligos Winterscale's rule, like Dargonus, was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigils of the Administratum. Archives of House von Valentius mention 3 systems that are presently under the control of House Winterscale. These would be the Forgotten Twins. I've been there. Lagran's Belt and the Nameless Star. I think I've been to Lagran's Belt. I'm confident that the Administratum Palace is located on one of the planets there. Better chance of finding a seal in the pocket of some rich collector or fenced on some remote world owned by one of your rivals. Suggest we make contact with any traders we may encounter in our travels. People in my line of work tend to have good eye for such things. There's every possibility that someone has waited their whole life to fleece return the great relic to its rightful owner. Okay, that's all I need. Always at your service. Well, that was fun. I don't know where Telecos Epsilon is. But the game will probably tell me. Okay. I believe we have to talk to Jay where I am. She's over here. Right? Yeah. Do I have to talk to her? Probably not. I've been to the Forgotten Twins, so we can go check there easily. I think I've been to Langren's Belt. Don't know about Nameless Star. Or Nameless Star Systems, I see. Or is Nameless Star Systems just like blank systems, or is Nameless Star a specific system? I don't know. I don't think we need to talk to Jay. I didn't mean to click that. Let's go find out. I forget what I'm supposed to do in the main story, too. Find the seal on Dargonus, but that means over here. So I guess I could go talk to Jay maybe for that? I don't know. I'd probably turn it in there. Telecos Epsilon. I don't know where that is. Is it out here? Right. And I've been there, so not gonna be hard to get there again. Is anywhere else? Find seal on Janice. Yes, over here. What am I supposed to do for the story? Question mark? Right, that one. Let's go do that. Because I can't go there. Find seal on Janice. Where is Forgotten Twins or Nameless Star? Assuming I have already, like, seen them. Emperor's Palm, Frozen Prince. No. Hunter of Dreams Crossroads. They mentioned that one. Yeah, that's Telecos. Omnicron, Trinitos. There's Forgotten Twins. Nameless Star. And Lagran's Belt. Okay, so I've been to these two, didn't go to Nameless Star. So I think, well, let's do this. Cool. Let's try to go to Lagran's Belt, then we'll go to Nameless Star, then Forgotten Twins. Warp emanations have filled the plasma strike bay. Demons have appeared. Okay, we'll go fight them. With this team, sure. If I remember right, we're pretty close to another level, aren't we? Or were we close to another level and we got that level? I forget. Yeah, we're decent way through, I mean.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Oh, we've been in this room before. Hungry blue horror.
You interrupted my thoughts. This tedium is beneath
an
me.
amusing attempt at defiance.
Let's see, are we scared of any of these guys in particular? Or is it just a numbers game? Maybe the Psyker, who knows? Pascal, doesn't really matter where you go. Sig, you are here. And Abelard. We don't really need to worry about that side, really. Cass will be there. Yurlay there. She'll move if she needs to. Jay there.
Running binaric override. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
And last but not least,
Cogitation fails.
that's fine. Now. Zero damage on anyone. That's really funny. Alright, Yurlay, if you would. Shoot this one.
I understand your intent. if I If it serves your cause, deal death with my hands.
Probably can't see anyone else. Yeah. But we'll move you over this way. Only 2 spaces. Go there. I guess diagonally doesn't count as much. Okay. Jay, you can move here.
Living on the edge. Tell me, and it is done. You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
Through the smoke and gunfire!
Don't get too cocky.
Kill this one. Decent enough. Cassia, you can do the same thing. Feel free to just push forward a little.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Speaking of, does this kill? Gets close to it. How does this scale, by the way? Willpower, I see. This is a pretty good move. Maybe I should focus on buffing it, because this also scales on willpower, doesn't it? Yeah. What is your willpower? Curious? Already pretty high. We'll raise it later. For now... Right.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Does this boost by willpower? Man, you should be having high willpower. I don't know why I was boosting your fellowship.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Sig, you will just do a stab.
What an unpredictable downfall.
Ruby. Now, you will... do
Let's
this.
see.
Can you go up? No. That's fine. Do a reckless.
Schemes within schemes.
Do an endure.
A genius at work.
Do a daring.
A maelstrom of madness.
Now. Do one of these. Time for you to die.
Fate claims another one.
Oh hey, another mutant psyker. I didn't think I thought there was only the one.
The storm approaches.
If you wouldn't mind, show me your weakness.
Let's see.
And let's make sure this hurts.
What if a predictable downfall?
Let's kill you as well.
Let's see. Another one is shattered.
Nice. And go over to you.
schemes within their schemes.
Now you gotta fight him. Abelard, you...
A
Let's
tactically
go this
sound
way.
approach. It will be done. Victory is imminent.
I'm not afraid of you. Pascal, you can't do much. Alright, you're lay. Move here.
I move as if unseen.
Please, if you would, kill this guy. Or, I guess what would be nicer?
This tedium is beneath me. I understand your intention favors the swift.
Huh. Well,
If it serves your cause.
I'll trust you kill this
Pay
one.
with your blood in the name of Kaela Menshake!
Did you miss? Why did that do no damage? Weird.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Huh. Alright, Jay, move over this way if you would. Do one of these. Damn.
I can do that with the right incentive.
Do one of these.
Am I getting paid for this?
Oh. Rude.
I can do that with the right incentive.
Nice. That's all from you. Why not?
Do not dare ask.
Rude. Okay, that's all you can do, I guess. Alright. Reckless.
A wicked thought.
Sworn enemy on you. Show me your weakness.
What if?
Both of you die.
A predictable downfall.
Yeah. That's fine. Abelard, kill
At your beck and call.
both of these guys.
Reduced to dust. Forth on Valencius.
Abelard, I didn't give you permission to miss. Abelard, I didn't give you
will be
permission to
done.
miss. Holy shit, this guy is insane.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Victory is imminent.
I pressed the wrong button. Whatever. Kill this guy in his
I will
face.
do my duty. You attack.
Thank you.
My place is at the fore. It will be done.
soul slips beyond the veil.
Okay. The Psychers are the only guys we can loot. So we're gonna do that. They don't have anything too interesting, but we can sell it. Alright. That's that done. Everyone, we're leaving.
Sings in my veins.
How do we leave? Where is exits? Is it over here? There it is. Come on. Alright, so we are here. Chart near us. Cool. Now, let's visit this place, because we haven't seen it before. Mundus Nullius. You. What are you? Big Blue? Gas giant. Okay. It's red here, but okay. You're green. What are you? Continental World. Valley of Sleep. Interesting. What is here? Cruise discovered. Hidden Valley. Wow. 110. It's not 100%. Wow. Hidden Valley littered with thousands of animal skeletons. Augur data suggests that some kind of sleeping gas vents here. It's likely the animals either don't realize that they're headed for a deadly trap or even come here to die on purpose. Study it. What? 1 in 10? Whatever. Okay, fine. I guess I'll never know. That's upsetting. Augur detected wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of the wreckage remains unclear. Look for the source. Augur crew reports that there's no evidence of disaster that could have produced such debris. Pick up pieces. Some of the wreckage made of plasteel, the rest from unknown material. Sitting fragments further is 9, possible due to severe corrosive damage. Non-metallic fragments also bear burn marks. Okay, sure. What are you, very tiny planets? That's only 2. Take it, why not? Plasteel's important, I think. They have so much of it, though. Maybe I don't need to grab that. Whatever. You look cool. What's your thing? What's your thing? Give me stuff. Medkits are always nice. Starship Marines. Okay, weird. Now, I could go directly to you, right? No. That's fine. We'll go here. Ship's enforcers notified officers about a strange insect-like creature appearing on the astropathic chamber deck. Entity was destroyed, but the incident was recalled a few days later when one of the astropaths lost his mind, shrieking about a splitting headache. Sekar perished shortly after, and the autopsy revealed that the presence of countless bloated larvae consuming his brain. Corpse and the insects were safely disposed of. Losing only one person in the entire voyage? That's unheard of. There is basically nothing here. That's crazy. What are you? Strange and frightening discovery was made at one of the sites on this frozen world. Countless human bodies suspended in the clear ice of a glacier. Bodies showed no signs of injury, as if they dived into liquid water the moment before it turned to solid ice, freezing them in place with their eyes wide open and their hair fanning out behind them. Cool, I guess. Your turn. Nah, I don't need Plastio. When the rogue... When the rogue trader's ship approaches the Adeptus Mechanicus Void Station, it is met with the hostile scrutiny of station's defense lasers. An explorator Lex Mechanic, who introduces himself as Service Unit 42, dispassionately inquires how the station can be of use to the rogue trader. Trade. Upon consulting data from the station's main cogitator, Lex Mechanic Service Unit 42 confirms that the station requires rare transuranium elements of natural gas for research of an undisclosed nature. For its part, the station cannot offer a rogue trader anything in exchange for the moment, but the Adeptus Mechanicus representative from Footfall will certainly try to repay him for his aid. Sure. I gained 1 profit factor. Cool, I guess. Station thanks the rogue trader for his cooperation and remunerates him with gold and securities. Cool. Okay. I lost fuel. And I lost fuel. No matter. Well, that was profitable, I suppose. I'll go back to Footfall at some point to get further profit, I guess. Now we go here. Or I'll wait till I get to a Nameless Star. We have to get a Lagrange for something, so... Oh, 3 games. Nice. Bridge is thrumming with the sound of endless officer reports, hum of ancient mechanisms, and the buzz of servo engines. Among the usual servants bustling to and fro, the Lord Captain notices a flash of flame red hair. Hello? Is this about that thing I said to you by accident earlier? It was a question to me not long ago. Now I'm here to present you with my answer. With grace, Uriah emerges from the shadows of the captain's bridge. Her face seems to glow under the lumen light, her expression slightly more pensive than usual. You have my attention. Then listen closely to my answer. You may struggle to comprehend what is to be said, being accustomed to reveling in your own might and skewing the world to suit yourself. Pitch your understanding not toward my words, but the sentence that lies hidden in the shade of their sounds. You try to split the world into pieces, to fragment it into light and dark, truth and lies, self and other. But I see the world as a singular whole, and in this lies simplicity and complexity. It's not enough to simply see the world and hear its voices, you must understand it. Think of the Lilith and the world on which our paths crossed. What is it truly? What is its essence? Lilith's magnificence comes not from the green of its vast forests, from the depths of its waters. Its beauty is in the word. The way it dances on the tongue, and even you, Alantak, can sense it. Try, say the words slowly, delicately, casting aside all stray thoughts. Feel, perhaps then you will see. The world around you fades, and your perception instantly narrows, coming to a single point of focus on the tip of your tongue. Tongue delicately tickles the roof of your mouth. Sound slips along your throat with incredible silkiness, warming as it goes like a tip of fresh free calf. Okay. Lay. Your tongue touches the same place again, and the air softly rushes from your chest. Then sound like an susurration of leaves, and the wind weaves through a forest canopy. I can read. Then tongue taps your front teeth, and a gentle vibration spreads throughout your body, sending a shiver along your spine. Guarded interest gleams in Yurley's eyes when we meet again. I think I understand. If your words are sincere, Alantok, then you are capable of seeing more than you do now. Instead of the lifeless clamor on monstrous mechanisms, the roar of engines, and the discordant voices of your followers, I hear and attend to silence. It rises in moments of spiritual serenity, and in that stillness, we become witnesses to the transformations of our own inner world. Monkey lives pass so swiftly, you rush through them for the sake of a chosen goal. Thoughts of transience and loss frighten you, so you drive such thoughts away and drown yourselves in the daily tumult. It is from fleeting moments, which enter our lives and quickly vanish from them, the soul's fortress grows, moments blooming and hours wilting. The splendor of each lies in its ephemerality. So too the memories of those who have left our side and no longer walk the path with us. And in you, Alantok, I see much more than another monkey. Your true essence lies in your will, which is capable of changing the world around you and within you. It lies in your ability to create and to understand your creation. In your ability to destroy, it lies in what your kin's minds cannot grasp, and the primitive sight cannot behold, in what the primitive sight cannot behold, but I can see it. That's high praise, I think. I am speaking the truth, Alantok. However, I ask you not to make the mistake typical of your kind. Words contain no insinuation nor any call for you to act. Your soul shines brightly in this world. I see you, and this will never change. That is all. Thanks, I guess. What do you make of it, Alantok? How differently do you see the world? I'm going to assume this is the right answer. I also see something greater in the world around me, something deeper than the outer guise of things. What does that mean? I see the uniqueness of every creature, everything, and it pleases me. You can follow the line of your thoughts, Alantok. Every form, color, creature, and being possesses its own charm and capacity to stir our emotions. Millions of stars in the darkness, the imitability of void crystals, the plethora of intelligent and primitive life forms that inhabit the galaxy. The world manifests itself in endless diversity, and in that lies its true magnificence. Your life is nothing for a time, silently watching you from under her half-lowered lids. Now that you have shared our truth about this world, I would like to know your thoughts. If your thoughts about me align with those of your kin, Alantok, or if you see me differently. I guess I might as well commit since I started this romance. Otherwise, I don't think I would romance anyone. I imagine any of these options from 1 to 4 continues the romance. To me, you are a 4 and yet beguiling world, Yurley. I probably should learn how to say your name before more romancing. Hope that one day I will come to know you, and on that day, my own world will become much deeper. Goes still and looks at you intently as if seeing you for the first time. Since there are many facets of your soul I have not considered, Alantok. To Interesting. I accept your answer and thank you for speaking with me. This first conversation on board this vessel that has truly brought serenity and joy to my soul. Fantastic. Let me go back to what I was doing. Well, that was interesting. I've been here before. Okay. So we'll check if it's here, I suppose. I don't know how to check if it's here. Maybe this here. Have I been here? No, I have been here. This is where we fought that one place. What am I doing exactly? One of the... I mean, I've
one step at a
checked
time.
this whole place.
Amidst the madness.
Unless someone else has shown up since I've destroyed everyone here. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I checked this place thoroughly. That must mean it's on Nameless Star, if it's anywhere. Because I checked the other two places. Forgotten Twins in this place. Or maybe I wasn't looking good enough before, because I wasn't looking for it. I didn't know to look for it. I can click all these planets again, I guess. Huh. Not here. That means you are where we get to go. Captain, urgent report. We have received an astropathic message from Regent Arento Orselio. Navigators are concerned about the fate of Cassia, who disappeared from Urek 5. Regent is requesting an update on her current status, and he has also inquired about the possibility of a personal meeting to negotiate and arrange the return of the Lady Navigator to her house. No way is that happening. Psycho-emotional coding of the received message betrays acute concern. It also contains something that the astropaths have failed to put into words. You will excuse my forthrightness. I feel it's necessary to tell Celio the truth, otherwise a conflict and the Navis Novolite is possible, which, given the current state of the current expanse, will only play into the hands of the enemy and the Imperium. Enemies of the Imperium. How did they know I have her? I mean, I'm pretty sure I just took her from him, didn't I? Wish I knew, Lord Captain. Troubling indeed. Perhaps we have a spy on board. I mean, we have an entire country's worth of people, it seems like. Or Regent Aranto is bluffing. In either case, I believe we should respond. Navigators are extremely powerful and useful to allies to have. Yeah, I'll tell the truth. Why not? I'll see to it, Lord Captain. Astropaths will transmit your consent. Representatives of Celio will be waiting for you on the capital world Dargonis. Receiving members of the Naveless Nobolite is always a delicate matter. Please make sure to discuss the details of this meeting with your Chancellor upon arrival. During the warp voyage, Navigator Sanctum reported there are warp reefs right on the ship's course. Fragments of the Sea of Souls given material form. Navigator may either steer the ship past the dangerous region or risk approaching the ragged formation to gain valuable insight. 90% good odds. Fantastic. Following the Lord Captain's orders and the instructions, which have approached the reefs. And passed the sharp formation without brushing against a single one. No one on board noticed anything in particular, but it became a momentous event for the Navigator, who gained a special understanding of warp emanations. 6 whole insights. Nice. Do I hear 9? How high does it go, I wonder? Well, that's ominous. I have to go check it out. When the rogue trader ship draws near the unidentified celestial body, the machine spirits on every deck from the captain's bridge to the cargo holds become frantic. Engines are refusing to cooperate, sending the void ship hurtling toward the epicenter of the anomaly like an arrow toward a target. You awake after unsettled sleep to find yourself lying on a stiff board mat. You are overcome with a strange sense of wrongness. The place is dark and reeks of body odor. Someone elbows you under the ribs and grabs you by the collar, spitting abuse. It is the enforcer patrolling the void ship. It is an enforcer patrolling the void ship, and she is clearly displeased. Surely you know who I am. Enforcer barks out a gruff laugh and spits in your face. Scrubman even opening his mouth is beyond the pale. Let alone claiming to be the rogue trader, drudges have lost their tongues for less. To drive home her point, the woman brandishes a hefty knife, then tosses you in the corner where your similarly ragged people are scrubbing the deck. According to the sign of the bulkhead, this is Bay Theta 54. Rob a guard post and contact Vigdis. Hell yeah. They've been studying the enforcers for several days now, observing shift changes, trips to the mess, games of regicide, and the aftermath of boozing sessions. On the fourth day, during the shift change, you sneak into their small room and find a Voxcaster that someone left behind. Upon hearing your voice, Voxmaster gives praise to the Emperor of Humanity. Vigdis explains that you were trapped in an anomaly that made people on the ship inexplicably trade places. Rescue squad was dispatched at once to search for the Lord Captain, but you beat them to it and contacted Vigdis yourself. You had to wait several more ship cycles for the escort squad to make its way from the uppermost decks down to the very bottom. Formed about a high-ranking guest in their midst, overseers of Bay Theta 54 tried to brighten your stay with passable food, soft bed, and even warm water. A privilege not accorded to locals. Eventually, you see familiar faces of escort officers who have come to retrieve you. Punch the enforcer. Whales of despair drown out the din of the lower decks as a metal club rushes its skull. I said punch, not... Oh, it says punish. I thought it said punch. Metal club crushes its victim's skull and bones. Dark splatters of blood mark the bulkhead's deck, pipes, and ducts. The very ones you were made not to scrub not long ago. His work done. Officer salutes you and bids you to follow him to the upper decks. Home. You return around to take one last look and notice the tattered denizens armed with brooms and rags, industrial cleaning up the enforcer's gory remains, and praying God, Emperor, for mercy. I said punch, not punish. Well, I guess both are true, but I didn't mean to break her skull. Voxmaster gives praise to the Emperor of Humanity as you make your entrance to the captain's bridge. It explains that you were trapped in an anomaly that made people in the ship inexplicably trick places. Your rescue squad was immediately dispatched in search for a trader, but finding you took quite a bit of time. Also, that ends well. When the captain is at the helm again, continuing the journey through the Cronus Expanse log, lives it. Well, that was very bizarre. Oasis 5. Ancient Bucker. Could this be what we are looking for? Hello? Cutscene immediately. Melting venom. Oh. Probably fine. Whatever.
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
An old Imperial bunker.
I didn't realize you were talking. Massive doors dotted with small chips, scratches, and bullet marks. There is no sign of any hinges, levers, or anything resembling a lock. There's a dusty panel built into the wall to the right. As you approach, the cracked screen starts to flicker faintly. Pascal, if you would. Little patience, and you hear the tired clicking of mechanisms from beyond the wall. Door opens slowly with a groan. Hello. Huh. Pascal, if you would. Cool.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Is this a horror section?
The machine god grants me insight.
Should I be afraid right now? I hope this game realizes that damage isn't real if I'm not in combat. It does seem to be real, actually.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Keep a sharp eye.
Someone get rid of that.
Oh, too hard for a simple monkey.
Give me this. Open this. Pascal, open it anyway.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Thank you.
What curiosity unveils itself before me?
I believe that's your life. You can
The
do that.
songs of my ancestors speak of stars long forgotten and worlds long gone. What a shame that you lack the capacity to understand even a single note.
Let's go, if you would.
Operation successful.
What's this? Melter charge. Those are good. What's this? Probably a half-decent gun. It's nice that half my party's not taking damage. Katz is doing pretty okay, but Jay and Yurlei not feeling great. Ooh, that's the thing we want. Yay! Pascal, open this. We're not done here.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Does it stop
Genius
everything?
triumphs.
Oh, okay. Open this. It's a good thing that Sig took that. Hey, a body. Nice.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Surely I can stop this before we all die. Well, we all aren't gonna die.
Machine god grants me
Your leg
insight.
might die. Give me that. Give me this. These. Touch this. Before using an ancient but wholly typical console intended for use by people not trained in the mysteries of administering to machine spirits, the cogitator is completely silent, but as you approach, you sense the warmth emanating from its metallic casing, subtle sign that the machine is working. Skill offers the cogitator a revenant bow, chancing the Ben-Herrick area of launch priming. The spirit of the machine embodies resilience and indomitability. Den of decay and entropy still doesn't reign over this place. How's life support going? Failed, reason unknown. Temperature and humidity control system failed, reason unknown. Energy regulation system unknown error. Warning. Backup generator connected. Oxygen supply line. Oxygen supply system failed. Air filters damaged. Defense systems failure. Emergency ventilation. I can read. Quest denied. Air duct system malfunction detected. Okay, that's it. What are these? Might be useful for this. Does that help?
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Perhaps a good time to turn on the ventilation. I'm working on it. Actually, did I fix it? Status. Nothing new. Emergency events? That's new. Automated defense systems activated. Okay. System check. So input data to confirm. Compressor launch in progress. Pressure systems nominal. Warning. Error. Something something. Probably SOS if I were to think. Encountered insufficient power. Booting energy system. Booting energy profiles. Success. Pressuring facility success. Booting. Sounds like everything's good, but we do have defense systems. With your permission, I would extract the command blocks on this noble machine. To hold a vigil first to see spirit, Amsai preserves the faithful. Ooh, we got a level. Can we heal now? Thank you. We got a level. Nice. Okay. No, it's one of these. Give me strength. Strength is always good. Give me what's Grouse do? Right. May give access to new dialogue options. Sig is gonna just be a powerhouse. Everyone else can have useful stuff. You can have. You're a tank, so you get carouse as well. You can have strength. Pascal. Fellowship is important, apparently. And logic is, yeah, logic. Perhaps you can take. No, you're my awareness person. None of these help in combat, really. You probably are my persuasion person, so you can have that. And willpower, because that apparently helps with your just vision powers. Your lay. Take agility. Awareness, sure. J, you. Take Medicaid. Ballistic skill. Easy enough level. Alright. Now we can explore this place freely.
Beyond.
You know, minus the robots that are probably hunting us down right now.
Trap or treasure?
In the shadows of the Imperium's ignorance, my genius blossoms. Oh, how they fear the brilliance that eludes their narrow vision.
That was such a long line. Hello? Sure, we're gonna find out why everything is like how it is.
Tapestry of a world, I
On the way out.
rogue thread.
Decayed scroll. That is a whole lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them. That's this place looted. Next room.
What is that?
That's fine. We're going in here. Someone take care of this.
A trivial task.
Thank you.
In truth, Mistress Haydari, I find it hard to believe that a ne'er-do-well such as yourself could be successful in any field, even smuggling.
In truth, Master Versarian, I find it hard to believe that anyone would put out for a boar such as yourself. But you've somehow managed to sire a whole gaggle of offspring.
Well, that was rude on both sides. Yeah. This is the end of the area. I didn't realize. Let's go into this room that I never went to.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Yoink. Alright, that is everything. Let's go over here. Do a nice quick save. In case something goes horribly wrong once I enter this room.
We should deal with this.
Winter scale. Huh. Require sending a mining team. Sawed off the emergency stairs and tried to conceal damage.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Well, I've looted this whole place, so the only thing left to do would be to go back to the entrance, where I forgot what the... button to immediately go to the... Never been in here. Forget what the sensor on person button is. Where did that door shut? Oh. Weird. Fine, fine.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all will see. Oh, you poor souls.
Yeah, I knew stuff was going down as soon as the frame rate dropped. Fortunately, you are robots, so... One, probably want to be hanging out back here. The less tanky lads. Which is everyone that isn't Abelard or Sig. It's probably fine. Do I get to know what the melting venom is now? No.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols. Advancing. Request approved.
You're gonna have to do some bullshit. Show me an opening.
If it serves your cause.
Shoot it in. Oh my goodness, that does no damage. Holy shit. A crit was 14 damage.
If I must.
There goes my cover. It is fortunate Sig is a tank. Even though he took one hit. Oh my goodness. Whatever. Move. Here, so that you get the free whatever. We can charge this guy, right? Yeah. Sworn enemy. Endor.
A genius at work.
Charge. Ow.
Let's see.
Let's focus on one at a time. That way we can take for each one, you know.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed. It will be done.
You can't get this guy, right? Yeah.
At your beck and call.
If I can kill one
Victory
per
is
turn.
imminent.
Wow, you did not take any damage. That is very nice. Do a one of these.
At your beck and call.
Okay, maybe you're gonna help a whole lot. Cast. Out of curiosity, was this
If
do?
I may,
Hurt you a little bit. How does a thing have an injury? Okay, whatever. If I were to look at you, that's decent damage, but so do that. Voice command Sig.
me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Play as Sig.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Do a aim for the opening.
A wicked thought.
Killing edge. That did almost good damage. Cast, if you could finish it off. Maybe Pascal can do 7 damage with machine banishment or something.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
A moving target lives longer. Tell me, and it is done.
Play, well,
I can do that with the right incentive.
this'll probably
You've
kill.
got a problem, I've got a prize.
And we'll give first,
Indeed.
do one of these. Make sure you hit.
At your beck and call.
Make sure you hurt. And now you are buffed immensely. Feels pretty good.
Am I getting paid for this?
Move. Yeah.
A tactically sound approach.
Good. Jay, you need to move back. Still in the line of sight from one of them, but that's okay. Yeah. Pascal, you're fine there. Can you reach this guy? No. If you would, stay right.
Calculates Fury algorithm.
Do one of these on this guy. I hurts him a little bit. And also debuffs him. Row. Front line. We're gonna try to kill this one next.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. My vow is to serve.
Move back into cover. Yeah,
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
that's all you got. Don't do anything bad. Nice. Okay. Your lay may need to sit here now.
I approach the designated position.
It's a little scary, but it's gotta be done. Do a
If it
perfect shot
serves your cause.
to help a little bit. I could do Dance Macabre. To get even more cover efficiency. Just move
This
there.
tedium is beneath me.
There. And I'm pretty sure that doesn't break a perfect shot, right? You still have it. It says it doesn't stack, but I don't know what that really means. Whatever. Do one of these. 6 damage? What? But I have so much lethality.
If it serves your cause.
Why did... Okay, the other one only had 100 armor, I think.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
That helps a little.
If I...
Just a little. Well, that worked until it didn't. Sig, you
War is my muse.
need to... You might daring reach, I don't know. Aim for the opening.
Schemes within schemes.
Reckless. Sworn enemy. Endure.
What if?
Charge.
Let's see.
Nice. Now... I can't move. The next one we're going to attack is...
Another stroke of genius.
our good fellow over this way. Do another charge on this guy's
A genius
weak
at
spot.
work.
That didn't count.
Step by step, I lead.
That's fine. I get a whole bunch of.
Thought.
This will hurt you.
Behold the wrath of madness.
A whole lot more than it'll hurt me.
You are marked for demise. Behold the wrath of madness.
Nice. Now, Abelard can probably finish you.
Follow my lead.
Sworn enemy.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Reckless. Endure for good measure.
Victory is imminent.
Charge.
I will do my duty.
Nice. And now, can you shoot this guy over here? You can. It's gonna do a whole 0 damage.
Target well struck.
A 1 damage. Never mind. Alright, Cass. If you would, it's fine if you
Battlefields
die.
are always drowned in scarlet.
But you can look at this guy, right? Yes. That is nice.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
That doesn't hurt as much as I thought it would. Do a press the advantage. Stare at this guy. You might do so much damage. Holy shit. Wow, that was crazy. Can you do that to yourself? No. If I voice command J,
If I may,
we'll just have your leg
isn't this a job for the serfs?
try to do some damage. I mean, might
I
kill.
will not.
Okay, well. Dance Macabre. Over this way.
This tedium is beneath me.
But if this doesn't work, then Jay can...
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
This will probably work, but if it doesn't, then Jay can just have Cassius stare at this guy again.
If it serves your cause, I'll deal death with my hands.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Let's get out of here.
Patience. My nerves are frayed.
That was fun, I guess. I got a level out of it. Maybe I can do something else now that I've fully explored the place. I said I needed a mining team. Probably got one of those. Captain, the crew that was sent to the surface reports that they have cleared the collapse damages leading to lower levels. After exploring the main rooms, they've discovered valuable cargo that's already been brought aboard. Nice. Uniform kits, provisions, range weaponry. Cool. Okay, nice. That was just the first place. Can I go back? I can. I don't think I need to. They already explored it all for me. What's this? And we got the seal, which is what we came here for. Plasteel. What's this? Shattered World. Adamantine stuff. Quick save. The sight before you has excited the Officer Corps, who are delighted to witness a truly majestic end of this planet through the huge windows on the bridge. One of the many nameless worlds throughout the expanse, an unknown reason caused the planet to break into several uneven parts, but its strong magnetic field is still preventing them from drifting into the cold abyss of space. The planet's hard inner cores remained almost untouched as dozens of explosions taking place under its shell of hard metals light up the world's heart from the inside. Augur crew detects several ruined extractiums on the broken planet's surface. Their analysis shows somebody used to mine adamantine here, but abandoned their deposit after the catastrophe. Most of the machines are damaged beyond repair, but the tech adepts claim one of the complexes can be restored if the trader has the required parts and equipment. Yeah, sure. She doesn't tell by time bells later. Lord Captain is informed that the repair crew is suffering from unrelenting headaches, most likely caused by the impressive magnetic field of this world. However, machines have been successfully repaired, and the extraction of adamantine may continue if the Lord Captain wishes. Of course, the mine needs to be staffed with a squad of working servitors and a maintenance brigade, doomed to endure the endless pain caused by the magnetic storms. I can get a whole 3 adamantine. Or an extractium. Yeah, do it. You leave a part of the crew to extract adamantine for Von Valencia's protectorate. Those fortunate to escape such a fate fervently pray for the lives of their friends and family, hoping for them in good health should they be reunited someday. I'm such a good person. Okay. Oh wait, there's one more. Nothing. But you have a name, which is cool. Okay, so now we got one of the things, so now we go to Telecos Epsilon. Easy enough. I know where that is, probably. We saw it before. And we can go directly there, probably. No. Where is it? Are you Telecos? Yeah. Yeah, no reason not to go right now. Let's quick save in case something horrible happens. Go there now. System, yeah. Ship's Vox systems have reported emergency warp tears have appeared in the maintenance bay's lower decks. Voidsmen, who are mad by sorcerous corruption, have bowed to the demons arriving on their side. Their new masters. This calls for immediate response. Let's go take care of it. We can have my newfound appreciation of Cassia's vision powers. Destroy them. Do I have anything in my inventory that can boost willpower? Now that I think about it. Nothing? Huh. Do you want this? No, not really. Because, yeah, I see. Do you need armor? I haven't updated armor in a while. Yeah, light 25%. It's kind of hard to... I mean, maybe medium would be better. But it'd have to be better than 30%. Medium 40% could be good. They'll probably help a bit better. Sure. You have no accessories, by the way. Maybe you should have something just to... No matter. I'll figure that out later. Hello, lads. Why are we afraid? Why is this so deadly?
Oh, what a glorious storm this battle will be! Death to his enemies!
Blue horrors aren't really that bad. But the fact that there's blue implies... Okay, whatever. Okay. Well, Pascal, you can be here. Sig, you'll go here. Abelard, right next to him. Cass, you'll hang out over this way. Yurlay, you can take cover there. Jay, you will be over here. Okay, so the front line's probably going to end up there, more or less.
Approved. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Trust this cover to take
Spectral prognosis is favorable.
the most help.
Request approved.
Oh, you're the issues. Okay, I see. That's fine. I didn't realize that was a... Okay, yeah, okay. That's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay. Portal Warlocks. Can you just shoot that guy from over here? Probably not. It's very far away. But if I do one of these...
If I must.
Maybe now you can. You have to move to do that? Why? Oh, right. It's attacking costs all your movement. I see. That's fine.
I understand your intent. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Nice. Where are the other portal warlocks? There's two more at the front. The other one's you. Can we have you get shot? Yes.
If it serves your cause, hear you moving no more.
Well, none of that anymore, which is nice. Let's just take you out.
I am not your seed.
Simplify the battlefield a little bit. Jay, if you would.
I can do that with the right incentive. Tell me, and it is done. You've got a problem. I've got a prize.
Anyone else I can easily just snipe at? Maybe not.
This tedium is beneath me. I understand your intent. Fortune favors the swift.
Don't get too cocky. Her Grosek has Balakin.
Oh, 0 damage. Well, I tried. Maybe have Cass just go in and blast that side. Lidless stare. May have to make her blast this side, though. Alright, Abelard, we need you to...
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Reckless.
It will be done.
Sworn enemy.
At your beck and call.
Charge this guy. Well, yeah, charge this guy.
It will be done.
It's a little annoying.
Emperor, give me strength. I am a navigator, not a serf duty demands.
That was probably worth it. Probably should have done this first.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
You missed, ya fool.
Weapon at the ready. The heretics.
Moving out.
Yeah, I figured they wouldn't be that big a deal. Let's move here. Do the good old fancy special. Kill this fool.
Ah, another one is shattered.
Then I can charge again. Can't, but I could. I can get you though. No. Well, I guess I could theoretically charge here.
Schemes within schemes.
Stab you.
Let's see.
Oh, that would have been cool.
A maelstrom of madness. Through the smoke and gunfire.
Try again. Now, you.
What if? A wicked thought. Let's see. Predictable downfall.
Now let's have you try to tank this side. Just to have it dealt with by someone. Have an endure for good luck. Stab this
A
guy.
wicked thought.
Nice.
Weather the storm.
Oh no, 8 damage. Scal, I don't have much for you. Honestly. But you could shoot this, I suppose.
My vow.
Probably did more damage than... No matter.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
That's probably all I got. Pink ore is fine, probably. Sig's probably okay, at least for a while. We'll have your lay. Shoots neither of you. Okay. Is it because of...
You cannot force me, Elantak.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. What about... There's only the pink ore and then some lads over that way, so maybe I should focus on this side a little bit. Can I get over there with Dance Macabre? Probably not.
If I must. If it serves your cause, deal death with my hands.
That was supposed to... Okay, that's fine. You will... shoot this one.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Jay, you can voice command our friend Cass. Make her move.
Am I getting paid for this?
Make her go over this way.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Let's wait a bit. Play as her. If I were to do one of these...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
That helps, I guess. That's not what I should have done, though. Actually, yeah, give him some resolve.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Are you stunned? Why does it have that little icon? That usually means stunned, but I guess not. You are stunned. Well, that's fine.
Tell me, and it is done.
Now, if you did this, what if you did this as well?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
204 damage, theoretically.
Try to die with grace, at least.
Nice. How's the initiative looking? Okay. Are you still stunned? No. Well then, have one of these.
In the name of House Orcelion, I shall prevail.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. I took care of this one. It will be done. Indeed. At your beck and call. Exemplary strike. I will do my duty. No matter the cost.
Now, you would just walk up to the guy and kill him to death.
It will be done.
Nice. Now you guys need to be dealt with. Whenever we can do that.
A tactically sound approach.
Cass, you can... Can you get your light? No. You seem fine.
I must not falter.
Where are you going? Sig, if you would, could you...
Schemes within schemes.
Give me a weakness over here. Sworn enemy.
A wicked thought.
Kill both these fools.
A genius. Fate claims another one. Shattered foes in my wake.
Nice. Now, under.
A wicked thought. Follow my lead.
Oh no, I took 0 damage. Pascal.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
No reason to use my whatchamacallit now. But put the front lines in this like sector here.
Prognosis is favorable.
Do the strats. And that's all you need. But we'll just do this.
Weakness is hidden from my sight.
Now, show me an opening. Kill it, please.
My heart sings with the thrill of battle. Ancestors guide me.
Ah. Well, that's fine.
If it serves your cause, I'll keep you moving no more.
Now, if you would, shoots this guy.
I understand your intent. Fortune favors the swift.
That did more damage than I expected. Reload.
If I must.
I mean, yeah, you ran out of bullets. Maybe Jay can kill this one.
I know what I'm doing, usually.
I didn't realize that was... okay. That's fine. You need to be shots.
Don't get too cocky.
Nice. I think Cass can handle 2 regular lads.
My place is at the fore.
Time to have Abelard try to get on over. It's a bit too far away. Unless you count shotguns. Or these. We'll just do a shotgun. That only gets 1 friendly fire, and Sig can take
At
it.
your beck and call.
Incompetence knows no bounds.
It's fine, it's fine. Move over this way. Right. I see you.
Another foe painted black. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Get yourself another. Yeah, you can't use it on yourself.
Schemes within schemes. What if...
Time for you to die.
Wicked.
Nice. And then, hopefully, You.
Let's see.
Close, but not quite. Pascal, you're done. Time for you to die.
This tedium is beneath.
Jay, move forward.
Watch my back.
Kill this guy.
You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
How are you not dead? You should be dead. I should have done press the advantage. It's fine. Abelard, you should probably run over in
I've
case
seen worse
Jay
battles
gets
than this
taken
in my
out.
time.
It's not impossible for that to happen. It's unlikely,
Victory is imminent.
but not impossible. Cass, you're probably
Be careful
fine.
not to cross my gaze.
All you need to do is look at this guy.
If I may, as duty demands.
Going somewhere?
There we go. And now, we loot. That probably was supposed to be a lot harder. Like, they're supposed to fight, like, maybe 6 pink horrors. But I killed them first turn. Thanks to infinite range snipers. Did they drop anything? They were like the main threats of the fight. Probably not. I didn't realize I could gun around. That would have made the fight a bit easier. I should have done. I've been in this room before. Okay. Where is the exit? It's over here.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Now... we wait a second. There we go. I had to get here, right? I think so. Find the seal in Janus, right. Tech, yeah. Right? I see. Go here. Yay. Now watch up, there's alarming reports coming from Janus. A number of strange mutations have been spotted among the population in remote agri-complexes. Aside from the obvious disfigurement and the subsequent estrangement, these mutants, called wretches by the rest of the colonists, coming together to practice a primitive form of religion involving ritual worship of the land. While they display no disobedience or hostility, their very existence is concerning. Janus nobility humbly awaits your decision. What do we know? Mutations caused the loss of skin pigment and the shedding of hair. Some started developing a translucent third eyelid similar to that of reptiles. Others have succumbed to progressive atrophy of the larynx, causing the loss of human speech. At the same time, their tendons become denser and more elastic, providing increased endurance and load resistance. I mean, aside from the loss of human speech, that sounds like either a non-issue, like the loss of pigment and shedding of hair, or a direct upgrade, like increased endurance and load resistance. Why would we not? Wretches are commonly ostracized due to their grotesque appearance. There haven't been too many cases of mob justice yet, but they will become commonplace after the mutations' deformities become more obvious. Wretches tend to form groups of similarly affected people. Average level of intelligence is low. Do they get stupider, or are you just insulting normal people? All belong to the labor caste and communicate among themselves using primitive vernacular of their own invention. As for their barbaric religion, they are deifying both the soil and Janus itself. To them, the working in agri-complexes is a form of worship, which has had a positive impact on productivity. This sounds like purely a good thing, honestly. What does everyone else say? So our agents picked recordings, sign of these monkey leave behind their idols. I cannot deny connection, though a pathetic and extremely abstract one, to the symbols of my people. Their guttural prayers echo the sounds of the children of Asuran's speech. Sorry. Probability of them having come to such close contact with our civilization is non-existent, yet they are still somehow connected. Protect these people, resettle them to distant abodes where they will not be harmed for their peculiarities. Keep watch, someday the truth may be revealed. Blessed sanction of the Imperium does not grace these mutants, nor does it declare their existence anathema. I don't know. Should we sentence them without further study? These are mutants whose existence is fully sanctioned, such as Ogrins, Ratlings, Pariahs, Pelegers, Felinids, or Troths. I've heard of none of those things before. Our library had many treatises of Genitor's craft, and I could impart some of that knowledge to your servants. Purely theoretical, of course. Mutation has not been properly studied and is missing from the catalog. I am not registering a basis for delaying the commencement of immediate genetic purification. I recommend launching a thorough investigation to the genetic makeup of this forbidden strain. I get a lot of options. Heart of Nameless, what is that? Increases all skills by 10. Wow, if I had... Well, I guess that'd be good on Argenta. I don't know who all is Iconoclast. Again, Heart of Nameless, is that the same thing? Yeah. Secrets of Mutated Flesh. Plus 10 Medicae, that's worthless to me. Efficiency plus 1. Okay, I think the one that gets me Heart of the Nameless is pretty good. So that's these two. And I'd probably pick this one anyway. Right. Yeah. Maybe Yurlei's Iconoclast, that'd be cool. Resettle the wretches into separate agri-complexes, where the crowds will not tear them apart, we will study them. Feel the Monkey have been touched by something wondrous. Mutants were settled to distant agri-complexes where their unorthodox appearance will not put them into danger of being massacred by the serfs. Mutants were put under surveillance. One of the watchmen spotted a mysterious relic in the hands of the group of wretches had turned out to be an item of Xeno origin. It's unlikely mutants understood the nature of the object they worshipped. Whoa. Okay. Can I do this now? No. Let's see. What are the political beliefs of all my homies? You're Iconoclast 2. You're Dogmatic 2. Dogmatic 2. You're nothing. That makes sense. You're Iconoclast 2. I could give that the thing I just got to you. Can I increase these? You're heretical. That's crazy. You're Dogmatic 3. That makes sense. You're Dogmatic. So the only one who's Iconoclast is you. Can I level your... I don't know. I'm close to Heretical 3. That's fun. Once I get to level 3, it becomes like my main one, right? Okay. You... have... No. You. Get rid of this. Whoa. Okay. Well, I think I should end stream here then. I'll go on to Janus after, at the start of next stream, which will be on Friday, same time as usual, noon central. I hope to see you then. Have a good rest of your day. That's all I got. I'm bad at outros.